Happy Sunday, everybody. My name is Scott Medino. We're so excited for today. If you call this church home digitally, you're in for a treat. We have 3 guests today. They're going to give us so much wisdom that it's going to totally change our lives forever. We're always talking about Jesus on this YouTube channel because we know without a shadow of a doubt, he will change your life and make your life better and make you better at life. Those around you will love you more and you'll love doing life if you put Jesus in charge. And so if that sounds like a bumper sticker, hang around long enough and we'll give you the how-tos to this. First, we have Holly on the other side of the studio, switching it up a little bit.
Hi, everybody.
She's in charge of the Google.
Yikes, I'm a terrible Googler.
Yeah, we know that. No, we don't. You do a great job in studio. Then we have Laura. I almost said Lily, but it's Laura on the other side of the studio.
Everyone. Still in camp mode here.
In camp mode. She's ready to rock and roll. We are just coming off a couple days break as a team from our high school camp, which ended so spectacular.
So
it was great. It was so much fun to have the studio audience in here last week. And so we thought since the office has been deconstructed, let's have a little fun this Sunday with our beloved interns, everybody. They got their own desk today. All right, please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Chloe Gelatis, Team Delta!
Yay, all right.
I'm Brendan.
Okay.
Delta.
Team Delta!
So not as enthusiastic, but nonetheless.
I'm Faith. Also Team Delta.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right, we're liking it. Okay, you guys are all spectacular in what you do. Thank you for what you do. They are our fine interns over the last almost 365 days. It's almost been like, what do you say, Laura? You're the analytic person today. What, 10 months?
350 days.
350 days, we're calling it. All right, I'll bail that. It means it's truth. It's not that long, but we are excited to release them, but saddened at the same time. These are Unlocked Church's interns. They paid to do it. They didn't come and get paid. It's like the meanest joke ever. You want to be an intern, but you got to pay to do it.
Yeah.
And so it has been hopefully a year for them that they've gotten a lot out of it, that has changed their life. They're better for it. We're going to hear it firsthand from them. In the background of that said camera that we have there, we have Lily over there. She can just give a solid, she's a little wave there. And then we got Ledger on the other side running technology
there
today.
He is.
So we're excited to have them. Some might go, why is Lily back there? There's just always a lot of moving parts in the studio. And she's a mom, and she's got to do some mom things as little one is taking a nap. And if she needs to jet out of here, she's free to do so. So we're excited about today. Again, if you call this home, you have seen or felt the impacts of these interns throughout the year by running technology on Sundays, filming videos, telling stories, even sitting in these very seats as we have tried to develop their public speaking, develop their ability to communicate Jesus' love and those things. And so today we thought we'd ask them a couple big questions, but the leading one is sum up your year. Ooh. We're going with Brendan because he's the quickest thinker of it all. Actually, he's not. But we've been challenging him all year on it. And so, Brendan.
Quicker thoughts.
Yeah, quicker thoughts. Brendan, sum up your year in a meaningful, not just it was good, okay? A meaningful statement. I'm buying you some time, Brendan, because that's what love requires.
Thank you.
Brendan, how do you say it?
I mean, my first thought was it was a blast. I had such a great time. It was so fun.
Great. That's so impactful. Yeah, your girlfriend cheered for you.
Always. Chloe will always cheer for Brendan.
Yeah.
No matter what.
What, Brendan? Yes.
Well, I was going to say, like, not only was it very fun, but I felt like I got to do so much stuff. I cannot remember, like, a fraction of it because it all comes and goes by so fast because we're always so busy doing so much. But I just had so many different experiences and so many different things this year that I feel very prepared for whatever.
Okay, that's fair. All right, I like that. I'll one bell it. It's like it's that kind of bell you got. You didn't get a ring out bell. You just got a well done. Okay, great job. Again, I think to what Brendan is saying, Laura, you being in the office a lot, as well as Holly and Lily on the other side, when you do look back, there isn't a normal day around here, is there, Laura?
No, it's always something new, and like Brendan said, very busy.
Very busy. Yeah, I think maybe some of our hopes today is to kind of lift up a little bit of the curtain, and you get to see Oz a little bit, if you know the Wizard of Oz kind of thing. That what we sometimes probably make it look real easy around here, or it's we're just flying by the seat of our pants. There's a lot of calculations and a lot of moves to make sure ministry is always fun, but it is work. But we always make it fun, and I love, Brendan, you did a good job on summing up the year. Always different. Even as you're saying that, just things rushing to my head. Like, do you remember this video where we shot for Halloween? This was like 3 weeks in, right? 3 weeks into the internship last year, and we're like, hey, we're gonna do a watch and learn. You're all like, what's a watch and learn? Here is we'll play it and we can talk over it. This is a shortened version.
This is Sephora.
Yes.
Legend, can you mute that real quick, just so? Okay, so there. What do you remember of this, crew?
I remember a lot.
I think I remember like you were told to dress up in the same attire
As a previous video?
Yes, as a previous video, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I remember it's just me dramatic.
Yeah, it is. Holly's giving you jalapenos.
This is right
She
up
looks
Chloe's
creepy.
alley.
Holly, you were playing like a bit of a creepy
You asked
person.
me.
She was.
You know what? If you learned anything this year, I got a theatrical side.
Oh,
to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll see
does
more of it.
all three of them. Look at that.
This
Miss
taught me
Shade.
how long it takes to make videos.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It was
Like
yeah.
so
1
long.
minute short that you're walking. It took us like 3 hours to
It
film.
did.
Isn't that
Then there was editing.
Redoing
Yeah.
it, setting the shot again.
Funny, guys.
Yeah. I just remember my lipstick kept on getting worse and worse throughout the filming.
Yeah, this is like
Oh,
where
that's terrible. You guys were awful.
Yeah, there you go. That is. I mean, that kicked off. You're look at that's a great picture right there. That's them knocking for trick or treating. I mean,
beautiful.
That's great. That's
so
great.
good.
But again, that kicked off the internship, and I think right there you guys realized, filming isn't just like this thing. We got to plan it out, all those things.
Mm-hmm.
And again, all of these, to those watching, it was to teach them so much, so that they have skills to edit and tell stories and things of that nature. It's not just to be funny. It's, hey, if we're going to be funny, we better be over the top. And even that character that Chloe developed, I think it's your alter ego.
Yeah.
Because I heard her, that girl that was in that video, I heard her at camp last week.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That same boy. Now, I think you were in distress.
I was.
When you were doing it. They were moving the A-frame, Laura. And
I was in pain. I was like, ah!
yeah, she was giving the same sound effect. So
Yeah.
it was great. Now, Faith being an individual that moved from Texas, Austin's Texas, to intern here, she didn't know she knew all of us all. Faith, how would you sum up a year where you didn't know really what you're walking into? It probably all just seemed like, oh, we're just gonna have a lot of fun. How would you sum up your year?
Honestly, I think the best way to sum it up is like it was a very different experience from what I grew up with. I was kind of like not forced, but like encouraged to kind of be outside of my bubble of like comfortability of just being by myself and doing what I would like to do, and kind of being able to explore like talking to people that I've never talked to, engaging with people who I don't really know, but they know me. Somehow they know my name. So
Yeah.
I think it was a new experience of like introducing myself all over again in a new way, but then also getting to discover what God had in store for me. So
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, well, that gives me chills. Well done.
Yeah, what an opportunity,
That's great.
again, as a small church to play such a big role in the next generation. Laura, as you got to see, you come in and I go, hey, we're going to start an internship next year. This was a year and a half ago. How would you sum it up, Laura, as you've watched from an adult perspective? How would you look at them and go, what a year? How would you explain it?
I think a good word to sum up the year is just growth. All three of these interns came in kind of unsure, not sure what's going to happen, uncertain that they could maybe really bring themselves up to the challenge of the internship. And all of them did stumble at times, and
Yeah.
some of them fell, but all of them picked themselves up and grew. And I've had a lot of fun just watching them discover what they do like about ministry. Like each of them have gravitated towards something different,
Yep.
and sometimes surprising, but they really have grown so much over the year. Like they are in a good place through the leadership of of you and the team here to become the adults they were meant to be.
Yeah, a lot of times people call what they did, we're calling it an internship program, but it's a gap year. And I think gap years are great for anybody that's going to graduate next year, or man, gap years are wonderful if you're doing the right thing. If it's a gap year and you're just playing an Xbox all day, not so much developing anything. But when you take a gap year with some intentionality of growth, you see this throughout Scripture. I wish I would have wrote it all down, but you have Paul, you have Jesus, you have John the Baptist. Those are the first three coming to mind, where they had private victories before public victories. They went off to the desert. They went off to some kind of schooling before you see their success. And a lot of times a gap year done right sets you up to have success because you've worked on the foundation of your life. And maybe some of you, that's just a good challenge to look at the foundation of your life. What's it built on? Even Jesus, as he wraps up this Sermon on the Mount, right, he gets to the end and then he tells this parable of, hey, you're either going to be somebody that hears my words and builds your life on a strong foundation, or you're going to hear my words and ignore them and build your life on a sandy foundation. When the storms of life come, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out, or a food scientist to figure out what's going to happen. But what happens, Laura, when a storm comes and you've built your house on sand? What's going to happen?
Your house is going to be destroyed.
See, food scientists nailed it right there. It's going to get destroyed. But scientists suggest you should know simple physics.
What happens if you put food in sand?
Yeah,
it washes away.
It doesn't taste very good.
Food science.
So we look at like what Jesus is teaching, and then as a church going, hey, how can we set up the next generation to weather the storms of life? Because they're coming. Right, they're coming, and so we want to take the next generation, those that are willing to say, "I'll do this," to prep them for life. And some of you, maybe you got to look at your own life, going, "Man, when I hit these seasons in my life," because they seems like as soon as you're either, a lot of people say you're either on your way to the mountaintop or you're to the way down. You don't spend much time on the mountaintop. You're either on way up or way down. Or the negative way is you're either coming out of a valley or going into a valley. So I like the positivity there. But right, that's going to happen. And if you don't have your foundation in Christ alone, and what does that mean, and how does He sustain you in those moments, it's going to get really tough. And so, as Laura even alluded to, they've had some learns this year. They've had some like wow moments where they're all crying in the office at different times. It was just like, pick a day. Who's going to cry? We are going to give some awards away. And the first award goes to who cried the most. So let's just pull that up right here. I wrote them down.
I wonder who's getting
that somebody knows who they are.
I feel like someone has already revealed who it is.
Whoa!
Oh, then I don't need to read it. Okay.
No, wait.
We'll just put it down.
What if it's Brendan?
It definitely was not
Brendan.
It was definitely not Brendan, everyone. But again, if you're just tuning in, I'm holding Deion Sanders because he fell. We'll put him right back there. But we have our interns sitting in here today.
Amazing
It's their
interns.
last weekend as interns with us. That means they can now say no on graduation. They are allowed to look at me and go, no, I'm not going to do that. But don't. That would not. You would have learned nothing for the year. Lily's sitting back there laughing, going, "What? That's a thing? I can do that." And so, no, you can't. Even if Lily, I can't say no to her. So we're sitting down with their interns, and they're just sharing their experience. And hopefully, you're inspired where you're at home. It's never too late to work on the foundation. It's never too late to go, oh man, I once had a dream to be in ministry. I once wanted to do that. It just requires a jump, a leap. And we have Laura over here, sitting here, proof to that. And I love, Laura, that your story is, when we say food scientist, that was your career.
That was my career.
That was her career. She was known for that. You showed up in a corporate setting daily, right?
Yes, for many, many years.
And then you just felt for many, many years, God saying something new, right?
Yes. Though I can be a bit stubborn in listening to that call.
And we all can, right? Is that you, God? I need some photo identification. Okay, that's what we're looking for, a driver's license from God at times. But you eventually said, okay, I don't know what that is, but I'm going to take a step of faith, and you've come into the office and really because of your yes to God, you have helped move Unlock Church along in growth. The whole organization, we're better because you said yes. None of us knew that was going to happen, right? Like what God's going to use your skills, and so much more growth is going to happen because of you. But I use Laura as a perfect example. Age we use to disqualify ourselves, but God doesn't. He might have needed you to have 50 years of experience in something before you get called to do the next thing. And you're like, oh, I've wasted my life. No, it's your experience is going to help. As I throw the microphone, your experience is going to help in the next stage, the next thing. And so that's what we've got to realize. Your age doesn't define what God's up to. It just tells you how long you've lived. And so if you're feeling like, oh, I should have said yes to that, or I better get going, and maybe you find inspiration in these wonderful interns, as they said yes. Now, to the interns, may you not stop saying yes to Jesus.
Right.
May you constantly take this attitude into your life of like, no, when God calls, I'm going to, even if it doesn't make sense, even if somebody would make fun of me, or I'm stopping something, that just jump into it and move forward. It's a quality that very few followers of Jesus have, but that's what he's asking us to do as followers of Jesus. So let me ask back to our interns, what was one of the biggest lessons? We'll start with Chloe in the middle because I don't think we got to hear so much from you. Biggest lessons this year for you that you learned? And don't cry.
Okay, I won't cry. Okay, would you like the fun one or the more
whatever one
serious
you're feeling to do.
Okay, well, I think I'm gonna do the fun one because, okay, we did talk about like, overall themes. You know, I had something in my head, but I'll just skip to the verse of the year.
Okay.
It was 1 Corinthians 10:23. Now let's flip together. Everyone's flipping.
Flipping. We're all flipping, yes.
Wow. This is amazing.
Wait, are you talking to your team, the Delta team?
Everyone.
Everyone
Everybody
at
at home. I'm expecting those Bibles out. I'm watching.
Yeah, look, you can tell she's been around Lily and me. Right there. That's totally Lily right there.
But, okay, so 1 Corinthians 10:23 is, okay, well, it's different than when I learned it, but it's, I have it in NLT. In my head, I'll sum it up after, but it says, you say, I am allowed to do anything, but not everything is good for you. You say, I'm allowed to do anything, but not everything is beneficial. So, like, the verse of the year has really been, all things are permissible, but not all things are beneficial.
And that's in the NIV version, I believe. That's the easy. Okay, so break it down for us, Chloe, as you are quoting it, and everyone has totally found it now. What is that? What was that meaning throughout the year? Why would that be the theme verse?
Well, I think it just taught me, like, in your head, you have a lot of things that you're like, oh, I know this is a really good thing, or no, I know this is a really bad thing. I'll stay away from those really bad things. But then there's a lot of stuff that's not super clear or in the gray, in the middle. And you're like, but even if it's the darker gray, I'm still okay there. You know, like, one we talked about, this might be controversial, but one we talked about was like, watching different movies or different films that are like darker, and it's like, is that bad? And I was like, at the beginning of the year, I also struggled a lot with being respectful with my face. So when I didn't understand something, I'd go,
Yeah, she pretty much threw darts at us. Mainly me. She threw darts. But I like that you think that movies are going to be controversial. For some, it might be. But it's an easy one too.
That's a great example.
But
That's
it's
a
a great
great
example because people can understand that. We could go around this room and we could start going, oh, I like this movie, and another person like, oh, I can't handle that movie, violence or the language. And we were starting to teach, listen, sometimes God asks us to start and stop things that other people he doesn't ask to because it's something else for them. But what we do is we turn it into a sin. We turn it into a law for everybody. You can't watch rated R movies and call yourself a follower of Jesus. You can't go to a concert put on by Dave Matthews, Coldplay, or 21 Pilots if you call yourself a Christian. You can't do it. But that's not truth. The truth is you got to listen to what God's saying to you. And if you have an anger problem, don't listen to the music, right? It's easy.
Yeah.
It's like when God's trying to start to speak to you about a topic, start looking in your life. Where am I feeding that thing in my life? So you got to look at your own life, examine it. What's your big lesson you're trying to learn through God? What is He challenging you on? Now look in your life where you're feeding that thing. Because most things in our lives are appetites. Not appetites like we eat food, but an appetite. And so let's say with Legend in the Room, he keeps asking, how do I become teachable? How do I work on teachability? Then you got to look at where are you feeding that pride in your life to not be humble. What am I putting in that feeds that in order to eradicate that? Yeah. And that's a lot of work required on us. Mm-hmm. And here's the truth. Legend doesn't have to do anything on it. He's been saved. He's going to heaven. He follows Jesus. But as a follower of Jesus, he can go, oh, hold on, God's saying something to me. I got to change in this area. And then it's us as followers of Jesus to do the work to figure out how to do it. Because it's not just let me pray really quick, and then I open my eyes and I'll never struggle with that again.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's good.
Or we walk through something, God says, stop that. Maybe for some, it's don't drink alcohol anymore. You know what that happens is a lot of times in that journey, we start looking at other people and start going, I can't believe they're Christians and drinking in public.
They should be adhering to what I feel like I'm supposed to give up.
So
whatever.
Then what we do, and you see it permeate through to the New Testament, we start judging other people on personal convictions. Mm-hmm. And so there's these personal convictions, and then these where led us in this year was a conversation of what are not personal convictions and just a sin. Here's like lying, not optional. You must tell the truth. Jesus refers to it. Old Testament talks about don't lie. One of the 10 Commandments, right? And so it's very clear. Mm-hmm. Don't lie. And so that's easy. But when God starts convicting us as individuals because you at home are made up different than me, you might have insecurities that if you listen to that music, it's going to feed that. Or it might... You get where I'm headed. And so we've got to go, wait, all things are I'm able to do, but not beneficial. They're not good for me. Mm-hmm. So that's where Chloe, and we have said it so many times, a great way to sum this up, and Paul comes along and says it again, we're going to read in Galatians in a little bit here, but can do does not mean you ought to. Mm-hmm. Yeah. True. Just because you can do doesn't mean you ought to. It's not going to work out good for you. I mean, we understand this as adults. Just because you can jump off the bridge doesn't mean you should jump off the bridge, right? It's that simple. Just because you can speed doesn't mean you can or should, right? Because of those different things. As Faith smiles over there.
Faith, are you skating today?
Here's the thing with Faith. Faith and Chloe just got their license at the beginning of the internship. Okay, so they're not even drivers for 1 year quite yet. And so they have, it's been fun to watch them gain confidence. But we knew Faith was coming every morning before she ever arrived. Why was that, Faith? Why would we know that you're coming like a mile away from?
My amazing music system provided me with very loud music.
Yes.
That everyone in the neighborhood got to hear.
Everyone.
Sharing it, you know?
Yeah,
Sharing is caring.
And then the shocking thing with Faith was we would get a new genre daily.
Every day was different.
How do you pick your music? Because we're going from Weezer, which is like 1990s, okay? Then we go to praise and worship. Like, well, how are you choosing your genre daily? Is it just how you feel? Can you just help us?
Honestly, what you're just speaking about, like, if I got angered by someone on the, like, while I was driving, I had to turn it to worship because I knew that it wouldn't work out well.
Oh, right. I like how you saved that there. I thought she was going to say something like angry at somebody in the office. That would never happen.
No. People on the road.
No.
Other drivers.
Yes.
Other drivers, yes.
Yeah.
Other drivers, yeah.
Not only did she just get her license, but she started really driving in Minnesota. Like, it was like right before she moved here. So she had to deal with Minnesota drivers.
Yeah. Yes, Faith.
No, I just have to say, you guys have great drivers. Yeah, and your speed limits are reasonable.
Thank you. Thank you for your approval, Faith.
I just have to
We'll be sure to write into our local government.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. We'll let them know that Faith from Austin, Texas thinks that it's all
Says
great.
we have good speed.
Yes.
I think the biggest surprise in the music, though, for me, though, She was so reserved at first.
Yeah.
So reserved, and then all of a sudden you hear this thumping.
Yeah,
into
yeah.
the office, and I'm like, who's that?
Yes.
Faith.
Yeah, it's Faith. And yeah, it did take you back because you didn't. You could hear the thumping and the door open, and then you get who she's listening to. You're like, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. And it was daily on the daily. It was like, why is she choosing that today?
The kids would come into the kitchen and say, "Mom, Faith's here. She's still outside by the road, but she's here."
Cranking the music, the tunes. She like comes. She. Here's the wonderful thing about Faith, and this might be it could potentially be a deep cut on this one, but that's not what I mean. But she was either really early or really late.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
There
the
was no-
thing. There was like. She missed it by 3 hours, or she's in the driveway 30 minutes beforehand.
Just waiting.
Just
there
waiting.
wasn't a consistent roll in at the same time.
Yeah. I just feel like this is what I
Look at her
learned,
face.
Laura, and Holly, and Lily. What I learned with her is I think she's like, oh man, that was 3 hours in the deficit. I need to
gotta
make
go.
up by being early and start catching back up. I don't know. She didn't say that. Can you confirm or deny that?
This is confirmed.
Confirmed.
I did do that.
Really?
Sometimes. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
And sometimes I would just be coming out to turn. It's middle of winter, and I didn't know she was here. She had some kind of subtle music on, so I didn't hear her. And I'm just walking to the office to turn on the heat or something, and then there she is, like, ah! You're startled by Faith in her car. It's just a good, always looking out where Faith was. But again, this year we have covered things from dating apps to how do you handle a boyfriend, girlfriend in ministry? How do you handle traveling internationally? We got to go to England for quite a bit of time to do ministry over there. We almost had to leave Chloe because she got her bags contaminated with some
Oh
like
my goodness. Yeah, I think
explosives.
I had. Oh, sorry.
There we are. Look at us. This is before, I think.
But I had. Oh yeah, I brought little deodorant wipes because they were saying don't shower that much because they use a lot less water, and so I was like, oh, even though we did shower a lot and we were respectful, I swear, but I had the wipes anyways, and then I was like, oh, I should use some on my bag, so I think I wiped it all over my bag, and I think because they told me there's a mysterious liquid. What liquid's on my bag?
No,
I'm
it was in her bag. She must have said it in something. It was like nitroglycerin or something.
I don't know. I
weird.
think it was the deodorant wipes because I wiped it.
Yeah, but they
all
kept
over
saying it's two things: an explosives or heart medicine. So it's not baby wipes. And
I
so,
think
anyways,
they must
She
have identified
originally-
some nitrogen and just decided it was one of those two.
must be. I mean, it was a hot mess. Like it was.
Yikes.
Chloe was losing it. It was early in the morning. We had just walked. Lily had Googled it or something and told us, "Oh, it's just down the road." And obviously,
Oh, that was
she
tough.
didn't translate the kilometers into miles. It was not just down. It was a day's walk at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
with our luggage.
That's
And
a little
A days.
exaggerated.
It was.
What?
It was definitely not.
No,
If
it
you
was actually a
used to-
year's walk.
Yeah,
we just
thank
walked
you,
fast.
Chloe. Thank you. Finally, she's on my side.
Yeah, one time.
His bag wasn't rolling very well, so it probably was.
And then we kept having Faith who falls behind.
My dog was not rolling.
Oh,
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a thing. Like it's like 3 a.m., 2 a.m. I don't know. It was early.
Yeah.
And we're walking miles to the airport, and we get in, then we almost leave Chloe. But how would you sum up, Brendan? We'll go to you. The time in England. Like, because obviously we knew it was happening from the beginning of the internship. What did God do in England there?
It was a blast.
Good. That's
Oh yeah, actually all your answers.
surface level. Let's spend some time with you on the camera here. Let's see if we can get a little bit deeper here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got to do so many things there as well. I start beating myself. Yeah, we got to feed the homeless on that was 3 out of the 10 days that we were there.
Yeah.
So we did a lot of that, and that was really cool. We got to plan a few services to put. They let us take over a few of their services, and that was really cool to do and to see.
Okay, so he's given us the 10,000 view of things we've done. Faith, let's hear from you. How would you sum up what God maybe did in you while you were there?
I think one of the biggest things is like I've just like kind of hesitated about like going overseas and like doing ministry there. I've been like given opportunities to do it, but I've just like kind of hesitated because I'm like, I don't really know the area, I'm not really familiar, and to be put in a position where like from like the get-go, day one of actually being there full day, we were given an opportunity to serve early in the morning and then go out late at night and just be able to serve again and not feel like we're like, oh, and like intruding on something or like being somewhere where we're not supposed to be. Like, it was just clear that God's spirit was in the church that we were working with, and then also within us as people who were just coming off of a flight and probably jet lagged after having the whole like bags situation, everything, like just being so like present and being able to be a part of what they had going on and see it and then bring it back here in our own ways. So yeah. I think it was just a great trip overall for all of us to just get to have that experience and then also like just to be able to grow more as people in general. So
yeah, I think the beauty of a mission trip, and this is for everyone at home, going on mission trips gets you out of your normal day-to-day, gets you out of your safety, and now you all of a sudden are really putting into practice a lot of things that you have prayed about, probably. Walk by faith, not by sight. You're learning, I don't have to have as much sleep, or I can function in the unknown a lot more, things of that nature. Because that's what was happening for all of us. We were on somebody else's schedule. They were really telling us what they needed every day was, hey, we think this might happen, but we never know until it will happen. And those are the things of a mission trip. And sometimes you're all like, no, I can't do that. But boy, does God explode the growth in you on a mission trip. It's what God does through you. Because these interns connected with the interns over there and made really good friends and got to preach and teach and all those things. So through them, God did some stuff over there in England, but also in them. And in Laura and myself. I mean, we came back, Laura, right, with our heads just full of ideas.
Yeah. I just think that particular mission trip, because we went on, at least 3 different ones with the interns while they were with us, but that particular one was, I am so glad that they had the opportunity to do that, because every day was like sustained living in faith every day, because every day was something new, something uncomfortable that you've never experienced before, and you just did it. You just did it either because you're expected to do it, or you didn't have anything else to do, or you were just stepping out in faith. And I think a lot of the time we were all just stepping out in faith and doing what God was telling us to do in that moment. I don't know how many people this young get that opportunity.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
But here's the funny fact in that I think you say that young, but I also think our age either, because then all of a sudden you start going, I'm older, I've done, I don't need to do. The older you get, the more you search comfort, right? Because I've paid my price. How many of you said this? I've lived long enough that I'm no longer going to do that. I'm going to pay somebody to do that. And we just think that old age is a rite of passage to earn comfortable. But comfortable is an actual switch gets flipped when it's comfortable, the brain shuts off. We're not fighting to live. We're comfortable. We don't have to think about how to, and I'll use air quotes, survive. And so it's a neurological, I've read in books, but it really shuts the brain off. I'm just searching for comfort. Mission trips put you in the uncomfortable, which makes you very teachable, makes you very attuned to what God's trying to do. Comfortability shuts all that down. So if you have a look around and go, I'm comfortable, that should be some alarms for you to get going. So with that's a big thought for everybody to be rattling around and think through, pray through for a second. God, what are you saying there? We've already taught you a lot, like, hey, not all, just because you can doesn't mean you should. What are some of those things that God's been already saying to you, you know that you need to stop doing, or you need to start? Maybe in this, maybe some of you are like, okay, that's it, I'm doing the next mission trip Unlock Church offers, because I need to get out of my uncomfortable, or my out of comfortability into uncomfortable. We'll let you ponder that as we're talking about England. We have Lily, are both these songs that we have, Consuming Fire and Fall Like Rain, from England? Yeah. Okay, so these are both from the church that we went to, Audacious Church. That's where we went. We are going back this fall, this winter. We are going to go back. And so we're going to we have a new crop of interns coming in. So we'll take another trip over there mid-winter. I can't get it right today. But because of the mission trip, we didn't know what we were going to bring back. The music for online. Also, just the growth that God did in us of what we've been changing a lot of things in the church. Our worship has gotten better at Unlock Church because of this mission trip. Our environments have gotten more intentional in what we're doing. So there was a lot that God did through that mission trip. And so, as a reminder, with this song, just think about it. What is God asking you to do? Sing the song with, hum along, or say, God, what do you want me to do? Where do I need to take a step of faith? Here is Fall Like Rain from Audacious Worship Team in Manchester, England, everybody. Enjoy. Wonderful 10 days. Can't wait to go back, just because a lot of times you want to go back to those locations because of what God's done in you. It's a good reminder, oh man, God has showed up and showed off into your personal life and in your journey. So I cannot express hard enough to all of you, get on a mission trip. We do so many of them here. A mission trip for you could even be summer camps. Coming and volunteering, that could be your mission trip, because you'll be on somebody's schedule spreading the gospel, spreading the good news as we're just wrapping up our camp season here. And it has been a wonderful summer. It feels like it's over, but we are at the end of July. We have a whole nother month of it, but it does, right, Laura? Doesn't it feel like summer's ending all of a sudden?
It does. It does.
Ending or just beginning. I don't know.
Yeah, beginning for us, because it has been a go from one prep camp. We went from mission trip to prep camp, week
go.
recover, prep for another camp. It's been a run, and we're always aware of that as a church. But it has been quite a summer where we have seen. 40 some people find Jesus through the summer, which is pretty, that's bellworthy. We have seen over 250 kids through all of our summer camps go to summer camp. We've seen so many kids reconnect or recommit being all in with Jesus. So it's been a wonderful summer of ministry, and it's been a wonderful year with these interns, and we could give them the floor all day long. But I'm super proud of the three of you. Along the way, obviously, you've been challenged, and you all stepped into those things. I said this to them a couple weeks ago. But at the beginning of the year, no one around here would probably deny this, but it was a lot of work with the three interns, just trying to get them to be motivated, and like they didn't know, so they were always a little timid.
Whatever it may be.
They had to learn the systems. I think often we heard a lot of, this is nothing like school. That was one of those statements. I don't know how to take that when they said that. I don't know, but
I said that.
I think teachers.
I was like, who said that?
A lot to lead their kids. Like, this is what I need you to do. These are the steps to do it. They did not get that.
Right.
This is what I
That
need
was
you to
different.
do.
When you're in school, you get a syllabus of the layout of everything that it looks like and what you're supposed to, your expectations of things, and that's just not. I just don't know in real life that is the.
But our heart wasn't to be mean to them.
No.
It was to pull out of them what's already there.
Yeah.
The things that they're talking about, right?
Yeah.
The result of what they talked about in Brendan's, where it was awesome. But
It was
where
a blast.
But where they got to do a lot of things, and God showed up, and they learned to be leaders, right? Everything we did this year was intentional to pull things out. So not telling them how to do things allowed them to learn how to do things. And then if they got wayward on how to do something, we'd bring back, no, that's not quite how we do it. There are some videos that never got played. There were some games that never got used. There were some images that were created and never got shown because they were learning along the way. And now we could end this and go, hey, I need an image by tomorrow. And the three of them could get it created because they now know how to do it. They have a lot of tools in their tool bag for what God's going to do with them next. And so was the design of this internship. I want to read from Galatians chapter 5 really quick. And this falls into the same theme that Chloe was saying a second ago. But again, it's Paul talking, and he's saying the same thing, just slightly different in Galatians chapter 5. I'm going to read it in the NIV. I think we have it in the NLT on screen. But my brothers and sisters, so he's talking to everybody, we're called to be free. It's like, woohoo! Yeah, I love my freedom, especially if you just come off 250 years celebrating freedom in the United States of America.
America.
Right? Like, brothers are called to be free, but, he says, big but, do not use your freedom to indulge the flesh. Okay, Holly, what's he saying there? Don't use your freedom to indulge the flesh. I think it's self-explanatory, but just break it down.
Don't use the ability that you can to then toe the line to like get away with doing stuff that like, is it bad? Is it not bad? Like don't just please yourself.
Yeah, we had an event last week. The interns were the Delta team during camp. They were the antagonistic team. They were villains at times, and they were competitors at times. It just depended what we needed them to do, and they loved it. They just they got to throw water balloons at students for a long time. They were celebrating that. But we did this A-frame event where you had to move an A-frame with 3 ropes on it. It's 8 feet tall, and we had knots where you couldn't go past the knots. If you a hand go over the knot, you start over. Every team started at the knot, and every team, their hand went past the knot every time. They didn't mean to most of the time. The A-frame was just starting to fall, and they quickly would go over the knot. And that tends to be what Christians do. Where is the line, and how close can I get to it? We did it last week with the studio audience of students, and anytime I've ever done that, and you give it long enough, somebody's going to ask this question, well, how close is it to sin but not to be called sin? Another way you'd hear it, well, how far is too far with my boyfriend without it not being considered a sin? when we're asking those questions, we are asking it out of the wrong heart. It's what can I get away with without getting in trouble? What can I do without it being a sin? And that's the great dupe of the enemy, because I think it's just like what we saw in that game. No one on purpose went across. No one on purpose often sins. But we accidentally do because all of a sudden I was just close and it was an accident. Now I've got a pickle. I crossed the line because I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing with my money, with my time, with my boyfriend, with my girlfriend, right? And and all of a sudden, oh, I'm hooked. And the enemy's like, I got you. Because it's very difficult to be humbled and go, I sinned. I have fallen short of. That's that humility that we all struggle with. And it depends what season of life you're in, where God's saying, hey, it's right now, it's to work on humility. So Paul's trying to teach, listen, as followers of Jesus, yes, you are ultimately free. He has set you free. But not all things are good for you. Not all things are beneficial. So he says, but you use your freedom to indulge your flesh. Rather, serve one another humbly in love. One of the equation pieces in how do I become more teachable to a legend and to anybody is you serve. You serve at a great capacity. You serve everyone around you, because humility is understanding it's a race to be second. And so when I want to be first, it's to serve, and eventually it saturates in your life. It takes a long time. It's not, I served once, so now I'm going to not struggle with this. It's like, no. It takes a long time to permeate ground, whatever it is for you. And so then Paul continues, for the entire law is fulfilled in keeping one command. Love your neighbor as yourself. If you bite and devour each other, watch out, or you will be destroyed by each other. He's saying, if we indulge our skin and our flesh and do the things that we want to, we're just going to destroy each other. And just turn on the daily news. You see it on the daily news all the time. Because people won't humble themselves and serve each other, and they want to do whatever they want. Well, I'm free. I can do whatever I want. Especially in America, we will do that. And then what happens? We just destroy each other. Oh, you think something different than me? Oh, well, I'm going to create a law so you can't do that. Or we just are devouring each other because it's about what I want and what I want to use my freedom for, instead of I want to use my freedom to reach other people. And so there's something for you to chew on, and it's the second level, interns, to all things are permissible, but not all things beneficial. This levels that up. And so as you graduate and you go out into, this is point 1 of 2, the next point we'll make live on Sunday with you guys. But this is the second part of what you've been learning all year. Paul comes back to the church in Galatians and says, hey, listen, don't use your freedom for you. Use it for other people. Serve other people. Because if you don't do this, you're just going to bite and devour each other. And watch out, or you will be destroyed by each other. That's the byproduct if we all think we get to live into this freedom and do whatever I want to do. It's us choosing to do the right all the time towards other people, not right by me.
Right.
There's something for you to chew on and ponder. Again, we could go around the room like as Chloe's given this.
We learned that from Chloe this year.
Clock that tea.
Clock that tea. We've spent a great deal of time on our slang terms of 2026/2025, I guess. They all brought in new slang words.
Yep.
But it's been a year with the three of you. We've enjoyed it. Thank you for all of your time, effort. As one of the gifts from Holly and I, we love to gift these to those that help service, run the race, and things. Laura's been one that's been gifted these a lot. Lily's been gifted them a lot. I love to give van shoes to people because it's one of the things I wear all the time.
Chloe says.
And so I want you, when we log off here, you're going to be able to go to logontovans.com and choose a pair of shoes of your liking, your size. And it's a gift to us that when you're off to next year, where your feet may take you, may you walk in faith. Walk by faith. May you walk with with Jesus all of your life. Look at this. Chloe's ran around the room and she has.
It's the keychain that Scott
One of the
gave,
first
like, to run
teachings.
your own race at the beginning of the year. I have it on my keys.
Now you're getting real shoes. Look at that. It was just foreshadowing.
Wow.
10 months
I wonder
ago.
if they'll be pink for
Yeah.
Chloe.
Yeah, we'll see. She gets to choose. But again, the hopes in that is where your feet take you, may it be not the wind driving you, but Jesus.
Yeah.
And so I thank you three, for your time, energy, for coming out
These are
here
amazing.
and making the office not boring. It was wonderful to run the race this year with you. Now, as you are sent off to graduate, you now slip into you are a volunteer by choice. So please make sure you're volunteering in kids ministry and in students. And so some might be asking, what is your plans next summer? Or next fall or this fall? We'll start with Faith, and then we'll just go through the room before we end this. Faith, what are your plans after this year?
I'm gonna go to Texas, and then I'll be back for a second year of the internship.
She loved it so much, she's coming back here too.
Yes.
Okay. Then we'll go Chloe.
Up.
I am going to go to Normandale Community College and get my generals done.
Okay, and that's local, so you're sticking
Yes.
around, right?
I'm sticking around.
Sticking around. Okay. And then Brendan. Let's see if he just stays on theme.
It's a blast.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. He just says I'm leaving. Savage.
It's so fun. I'm leaving.
Oh, the mic needs to be plugged back in. I heard it unclick. Just push it back up.
Are we good now?
Yeah, we're good. Okay, so what's your plans?
I'm going to South Dakota State University.
Okay,
and
that's just
getting my degree.
getting
Civil engineering.
Civil engineering. For those at home that would like to know what that is, could
What
you
is
really
that?
please break that down?
Civil engineering is kind of like infrastructure engineering. So all of roads, buildings,
Bridges.
dams, bridges, all of that sort of
Do you
fun
think
stuff.
you could build a better dam than a beaver?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
Video
Oh
idea,
man,
video
I
idea.
feel like this should happen, but it can't be. I think we got to challenge
I
this.
just said that.
I don't know.
Well, now you're changing
People,
it.
no, I'm not changing it. I'm just saying I don't think it's much of a competition.
What? Yeah, the beavers are gonna destroy you.
Our dams build lakes.
Yeah, what do theirs do?
There's slow rivers. You know.
What happens
That's-
to-
I don't think it's.
Yeah, I don't
say
think you've
this with-
studied
Our
this.
dams bury cities.
I don't think you've studied this very much. Your last project, since you're an intern till Sunday, you need to
It's to
figure out.
research
I would put my money on beavers.
Wow.
When you say can he build a better dam than a beaver though, or to humans? Like, are you talking about out of wood?
Yeah,
Or
I'm
just
saying it's
any
got to
way?
be the same. It can't be like you can go
I was
stir
gonna
concrete.
say, I don't think that's apples to apples.
No, it would be the same.
purpose
You got to
of-
use what beavers can use.
Yeah.
Your mouth.
Does he have to?
My mouth.
Does he have
Okay,
to,
the beaver wins. I take everything back.
No, you've got the teeth.
Listen.
Have a blast, Peter.
Have a blast. Yeah, okay.
Like if I have to fell the trees myself
With your mouth.
with my mouth,
Done. Have a blast.
Yeah. Okay.
man, those beavers.
Yeah.
Can I add one thing? Like,
Yes.
I think that's been probably the funnest thing to watch these three, and what I love doing something outside, that gap year Scott was talking about earlier, is Brendan's always had an idea of what he wanted to do. The girls had ideas of what they wanted to do, but taking the year to set aside, maybe what they thought their plan was, to go serve local church, give their life, surrender it all and serve Jesus with the whole year. It's really fun to watch, just where they're headed. There's purpose of what they're going to be doing. Like Chloe going to school, she has an idea that she has always been good with kids, but now maybe that unlocks something different, And so it's just really neat. Brendan's still going to do what he had a plan to do, but I think he's just a little bit farther down the road because of how, this last year has helped him develop just in being able to take initiative, all of those things. So that's been the funnest thing to watch with the three of these for me.
I think a gap year always gives you the advantage if you're going back to a college setting or anything of, hey, I know how to work on a team, the dynamics of that. So then when you get paired up on a team project for school, you know how to lead
That's
and
right.
how to do these pieces and delegate because they've spent a year figuring out those things at a level where you get taught, hey, no, that didn't work, but this worked. And you go in with an upper hand, I think, in the next season. And again, if we go around the room here, Faith, if she didn't do the internship, would potentially be in the U.S. military, which is not bad, but God
She is
changed.
Delta.
Yeah, she did it.
I feel like that's like a, Air Force. Marines.
Yeah, it's Air Force, but nonetheless, that's where she was, just because it's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And now she's coming back for a second year because she feels this tug for ministry. And so you have Brendan, who stayed the course. No, I know what I'm going to do. I just want to be a better leader when I do it. And then you have Chloe in the middle, who she finally got to figure out, oh man, I am really good at this area. Therefore, it makes me easier to make the next steps decisions. And so that's the beauty of something like this. And that's why we as a church are offering an internship for these graduating high schoolers. Not that we wouldn't take a 20-year-old on here, but it's just cool to see people give a year, get discipled,
right.
better followers of Jesus, and then going out into the world. And so pretty excited to...
Yeah, can I say something?
No, that was it. You said it. Go for it. What's up?
I was just going to say, also with the internship, if anyone wants to do it, I just say, like Laura's word was growth. I definitely say it's love. Like, I just feel like there's just been such an immense amount of love from the office and from everybody. And when I was down and struggling, I knew I had people I could count on. And I really appreciated that. And then also, like, just the love you get to give out. It's just so much love. It's so beautiful. So I should do it.
Yeah, you should do it. That's great. I feel like you with that statement should have come from the 60s. Peace,
Yeah.
love.
Yeah.
That
maybe that explains
maybe
a lot.
it does. Maybe it does. But thank you. It's going to be a great season of life for them and a new season for Unlocked Church this fall as we kick off our internship program again. And so we're excited to have Faith back. And maybe some are going, what's the second year do? Well, stay tuned. You'll get to see those
what
things.
that looks like.
And so thank you to our wonderful interns. Let's pray, and then we'll wrap up today. God, we just put, we give you these interns. We ask that you would guide their feet as they leave the internship program and go into the next season of their life, that you would always guide them. May that you would be a light unto their path. May those uncertain times, when they come, may they remember the things they've learned and run to you. May they always be vulnerable, always be teachable, always be willing. And may we get to see what you do through them, the divine purpose you have in them, God. What a year it has been to have them in the office. What an opportunity as the adults in the room, Laura, Lily, Holly, and I, what an opportunity to be able to be with 3 of your children. I hope we did well with them. In your name, amen.
Amen.
We would love to give you guys an opportunity, if you call this church home, to give your tithes and offerings. We make it super easy digitally. Your resources go right back into ministry, 100% of it. As you look up there, you can text the word unlocked to the number 77977. You can scan the QR code to give, and you can slip an envelope in a box outside your house called a mailbox, and there's the address if you would like to do that. Your generosity is always felt here. It's honestly, Unlocked Church doesn't exist without generous folks, people that are giving their tithes or giving offerings. And so thank you for everybody that has given in some capacity, either that's your tithe or you've heard about a need of people needing to get to camp, or you heard camp and you gave to give to camp. Those things, as we get back into a routine, as the fall approaches, we will have complete videos documenting camp and what actually happened. You get to see all that content in a few more weeks and stuff as we kick off with the new interns and things of that nature. We'll get you caught up to speed what's happened. Right now, you just have to listen to us tell the stories, but we have a lot of visual content from all those camps and things that God has done through the summer. And your generosity allows us to do those things. And so as you're sitting watching and you love what you hear with these interns, they paid for their internship, but that all covers their trips. I think, Laura, you said it, and we didn't even, you said how many mission trips did they go on this year?
Well, we traveled to 3.
3. They did 3 mission trips. So right there is almost a total of what they paid for in getting them there and their food and stuff. So that's the reason they're paying, is we're putting them on mission as well. And then we gave them a handful of books to read and things of that nature that they had to do. And so those resources go straight back into what they're doing. Your resources help us continue to be able to partner with them in other aspects as we're teaching them those different things. And so there's a lot of ministry happening at Unlocked Church, and your resources impact how much we get to do from being able to do a big push at camp for people to come to church. Looking for a creative idea. This can go to all the staff members. Creative idea for fall. What can we do? Something like the Nitos. If we have the resources to do, what can we do to do a big invite to get, hey, here's your camp, or not a camp survival kit, but a school survival kit for parents. Just rattling some brains. But those ideas need to be met with resources as they come in. And so maybe somebody at home's like, ooh, I like that idea. If you want to give to that, you can give straight to things like that, because we are constantly coming up with ideas how to get people to church, be able to present the gospel to them. And so thank you for your generosity, everybody. As Laura just starts, she sat back there going, ooh, a new idea. What are we going to come up with?
Don't need.
The wheels are turning for everybody. We get breaks around here between camps, so I've had a couple days, and so it takes about 2 days for my brain to kind of shut down and then kind of reboot into some thoughts. So I have some ideas for the fall, some things that I just think are going to be really fun for us to chase this fall. So stay tuned as we'll announce all those things as we kind of line them up. So we got to go because the 3 interns want to get to Vans.com.
And a beach day.
And we are going to the beach for lunch today. We're going to order Jimmy John's and take them all to a local beach here. Yes, Minnesota has beaches. And we're going to just hang out today.
Yay!
So thank you, interns, for your wonderful year. You guys are awesome.
Love you guys.
What a privilege to have served with you. And I know Lily would love to say so much, but she's not mic'd today. She's back in the corner. So everybody have a great Sunday. We will see you next week. Adios.
Bye.
Bye.